I don't know. I think that we should use all that.
One day I might go into the outtakes and just be like, "Hey, here's some unreleased footage."
I think that's a perfect.
I mean, there's some like racial slurs thrown in
Yeah,
there.
there's some bad ones.
Five,
Holy
four,
shit.
three,
5, 4,
two.
3, 2,
David Fraley.
1. David Fraley.
He sent it us in the last podcast.
Yeah.
Bad episode.
Yeah, bad episode, yeah.
Because we didn't mention
And you
his
know
name.
what? The episode did feel worse too.
It did. I was
Starting
like,
it off with
something's
Tyler.
missing.
Starting off with T-Boss really made it really shitty. Whereas whenever
Who's going to be our first guest? Have we announced that?
Yeah, whenever we have D. Fraley in like the intro, just feels great.
You know what's crazy? I don't think David Fraley wanted to be a guest because if he must have at least watched one where we mentioned, hey, just comment and be a guest, and you'll be it. So unless he just like missed every episode we mentioned it, which was a lot, he hasn't watched any of them, or he's like, nah, fuck it, I don't want to be a guest.
Dude, I am fucking exhausted. I'm never fucking. I don't know why. I ate healthy.
Okay.
I like ate straight carbs like you're supposed to. Yeah, I had noodles, dumplings, and rice.
You said you've had a lot to talk about. I have 2 stories.
I've got a couple of stories.
What do you have? Is one of the ones that I know?
I mean, 2 of them I can't talk about now.
Okay.
Because you were just like, you can't talk about that.
Okay, next.
When I masturbated with my dog.
I'm sorry?
Well, then I also can't talk about jerking off on my cat because I guess Shane Dawson gets in trouble for that.
And our friend T-Rog, he confused him with another YouTuber.
He kept on calling David Dobrik the cat comer.
he was
I was like, that's just slander. That's
I think David Dobrik got brought up, and he's like, no, fuck that guy. He comes with his cat.
Yeah.
And I said, hey,
I've heard you say that like 20 times.
But I don't think that's like a thing. Yeah. He's like, no, bro, it's for sure true.
He's like, for sure, look it up. It's a true thing. I'm 100% serious.
That guy for sure comes on his cat.
Come and find out, it's just Shane Dawson.
Also, just like a rumor. I think Shane Dawson said it in a podcast.
I think it's like pretty like, because I've heard other people talk about it.
I'm pretty sure Shane Dawson said it on a podcast, like joking. He probably did do it, but then like denied it. Whatever. Sometimes you got to come on your cat.
How else are you supposed to reproduce with a cat?
What do you mean?
How else are you supposed to reproduce with a cat?
Me?
Without coming.
How do I do it?
Yeah.
I mean, I eat her out.
We know that you eat it out, dude.
Calm down.
Calm down. You just love eating pussy.
Slow down.
Yeah, no, that tweet that I was talking about really made me angry because I was like, oh, this is just a tweet
Which one?
Get likes. The one that I was talking about earlier, and I was like, yeah, I mean, there's just a lot of pussy out there. Blah.
Oh, right. The just our friend tweeting like something anybody else can tweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are
just like snaggers. See, I like to
like
go
how dare you cheat on somebody?
And I immediately had a girl tweet at me. No, just the word no.
What did you tweet?
I said because of the cheating thing.
Yeah,
and I was like, yeah, but there's so much pussy out there. And then tongue face.
Who tweeted no?
Dragon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she wasn't happy about it. And I was like, I don't know. This tweet really made me laugh because I like going against the grain. Fuck that shit.
Have you ever cheated on anybody before?
Yeah, all the time.
Have you?
No.
Never?
No, you? Stop
no.
it on my shit. Yeah, no. I was in one real relationship. Didn't cheat. I was accused of cheating, though.
By who?
In 8th grade.
By your mom? Like, who the fuck did you date?
My mom was like, hey, stop making out with me. Like, you're dating this chick. And I was like, but Mom, you fucking tongue it down the best. You know what I'm saying? We had a crazy weekend this weekend.
I just don't preface it like that.
It wasn't a crazy weekend. 4-day weekend, which was fucking slapped. That shit slapped.
All right.
I didn't have to work 4
Why?
days.
We had Thanksgiving?
Yeah, that shit was fucking dope. We went out Friday, right?
Yes, probably. And Thursday.
Oh, dude,
and Saturday, I think.
That was rough. Oh, Wednesday. Did you go out Wednesday?
Yeah, I was there. I didn't stay. I just drove home.
Oh, yeah.
Didn't drink.
Yeah, I was really bummed because I texted you. I was like, hey, bro, scoop me.
Why do you think that I can do that?
Because you left.
No, yeah.
But you also didn't say bye to me.
Why would I?
I don't know. Everybody else knew. Everybody else was like, yeah, and David left.
The only person who I told really was Soko and T Pfeffer.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to even tell Pfeff because he just makes me stay out long. He's just anything crazier is gonna happen.
Yeah. No, I don't remember anything from that night like being.
And then we hung out with him Friday.
Yeah.
I'll just say what happened to me.
Oh yeah, that shit was dope.
Did you know these people? Did you know any of them?
No. So here's the thing.
Yeah.
Before it all happened to you guys,
sure.
There was, as I was outside, I was smoking a cigarette, which is just like unlike me.
That's what you do.
But
ripping heaters.
Our boy Schlax was like, "Hey, you want to smoke a cigarette?" I was like, "Hey, if somebody's gonna offer me something,
it's gonna be you."
Just, oh, pills. Oh,
I'm sorry.
I'll do whatever. If you're offering me shit, I'm just gonna do it. I don't care.
All right.
I'm a savage that way.
Sure.
So he offered me a cigarette, and I was like, all right, sure. Go out there. I'm smoking a cigarette.
Don't think those are the same things.
These two girls come out, and they're just like, they're awkwardly staring at me. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, but I'm talking loudly, and they're just staring at me. And like,
what do they look like? Describe them.
One's a little bit chug beer with brown hair, and then one's a little bit chunkier with blonde hair.
Yeah.
The brown hair one was a lot chubbier than the blonde hair.
Yeah.
They were both a little bit.
So, yeah.
One was thick, and that was like
these are two main characters of my story.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they were staring at me before, like, everything happened with you, and then everybody started trickling out. Yogi goes, and Nathan, they go, hey, those girls are staring at you. They want you. They want you. And I was like, shit, because they know I got the fucking.
Sure.
They know I got the Noki. I got the fucking Noki on deck. That's what I was doing. I was talking about Noki.
What is that?
And I heard them repeat Noki.
Is that Olive Garden?
Yeah, Olive Garden.
Got it.
Chicken Noki.
So.
And then I was like, okay, they're for sure into me. Turn around, they're talking to you.
Oh, right. Well, and it initially started because I saw a skinny kid about 5 foot. 9.
Well,
that's
10. See, in my head, I was like, that guy has no relation to those.
Oh, right. He was riding solo.
And
it looked like.
I even go up.
He's ginger.
I'm talking to them, and I'm like, hey, David found his dork for the night.
Yeah. This guy was wearing a blazer. And you know how you wear blazers, ironically?
Yeah.
This kid wearing it for style.
Yeah, obviously.
Did
he have a tie on?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, okay.
Maybe not. I don't know.
I thought he had a tie on. I wasn't 100% sure.
So I had to talk to this kid because I'm compelled to.
Yeah.
I think I was like, hey man, I love the jacket. First off.
Yes.
What's your night about? Like, who are you with? And he's like, oh, I'm just here with a couple girls. Like, me and this girl in like a relationship. I was like, ooh, is she your girlfriend? He's like, no, not really. And then he just started like.
Do you know where they met?
I don't remember.
Bumble.
I do remember him saying that. And
the other girl, guess how he met her?
Also Bumble?
Also Bumble. Both of them he knew from Bumble.
That's different lives. Different lives.
Clearly a pussy slayer. It was fucking dope.
So he just, I didn't even think I asked him. He just felt compelled to tell me. Like he was bragging. Like he wanted to like show out.
No, because I don't know if he was. Because
the way he was talking made it seem like, hey,
it seemed like he was very uncomfortable.
I got this bet, right? Okay. And that's just like asking, okay, what's the bet? Like he wants me to say, what's the bet?
Yeah.
And he's like, okay, well, if I beat this girl in pool, she had to have a 3-way with me and another girl. But if I lost, 3-way with me and another guy.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, so you lost. He's like, yeah. I was like, that's a fucking weird. That's a weird thing initially.
And in your mind, okay, that's cool. Thanks for telling me.
Yeah, I mean,
that's all it was
I thought this was the end of the conversation.
Yes.
Tyler Pfeffer was with me the whole time, just like listening in on the conversation. Yeah. He's, I guess he's not good on the fly with those kind of situations because he's just basically quiet the whole time.
Oh yeah, he's staring at me, making weird faces at me. I'm like, hey, I think the Pfeffer's having a stroke.
Right.
I did spread that rumor.
Yeah.
So everybody.
So the two the chunkers waddle on over. And it's my fault. I'm curious by nature. I shouldn't have continued the conversation.
Well, obviously, you're one of those people that want to pry.
I'm like, so you're the one who won the bet. and she like lit up like a candle.
Yeah.
Excited. And she like slipped into her sexy voice.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, trust me, I know, dude.
Mm-hmm. And she was like, "Why? Do you want to be part of the group?" And I was like, "That's That's not what that means." Saying. Nope.
Yeah.
And she not backing down. I'm not necessarily spectacular looking, right?
Yeah, no.
But this girl doesn't have a shot. She's got no chance. I don't know why she thinks she's bold enough to go for that.
Hey, here's the thing. She definitely had a shot.
No. Yeah. So I told her, I was like, "Hey, Jesse, I'm going to keep asking you questions. That definitely means we're not never. Mm-hmm. I just don't want to get you the wrong impression off the gate." And she's just still like, "Why? We can do that. We can make this happen." No. And I said, first off, your tactic for getting a guy to go get into the group, completely wrong.
Yeah.
It's not happening. This will never work.
Yes.
And I was like, "Why did you think that would just work?" She's like, "When I see something that I want, I go after it."
She was probably one of those people. And I get it.
Right. And that's when Tyler Pfeffer was like, whoa. He can't contain himself.
Yeah.
Right? And I'm like, okay, let me tell you why that's not right. And I'll show you how it's not going to work. And I go to the other blonde girl, and I said, "Here's an example of what you just did to me." I was like, "Hey, girl, you, me and you, sex? Now?" And the girl's like, "Oh, no, thank you." I was like, "Thank you. Exactly. This is never going to, why do you think it's any different?" The girl's still on one, like, "All right, I'm going to try to," and I was like, "Okay.
Yeah, but I got a pussy.
I got to get out of this conversation." We walk away. Tyler Pfeffer immediately is like, I couldn't contain he was really like hyping it up. It's like, we just had a conversation with him. He's like, "That's for sure on the podcast." I was like, "Yeah, but not because you said."
Yeah, it's very all right.
Yeah, it was just all right.
And to be honest, I think that my conversation was even like
I dip out
sillier.
Well, yeah, I'm done with talking to these two people.
Yeah, and I'm still talking to my boy, Schlax, and I'm just having a normal conversation, talking about shit. Didn't even like pay attention to you guys except for when Pfeffer was staring at me, and I was like, "Oh, David found like some guy to talk to." That he clearly you take a liking to. Not usually women.
No.
People at the bars.
No.
The weirdest person.
No, well, yeah.
And I was like, "Well, David found his guy."
Yeah,
David.
That's I forgot
David
his name.
Found his
also,
man.
I forget what he called me. He was like, because I told him my name was David Lee Miller.
Yeah, clearly. And that segues into my conversation.
Yeah, he was like, "Jeff," and I was like, "Yes." And he's like, "Morris," and I was like, "Lee Morris, Jeff Lee Morris," or something like that, right?
Yeah.
And he's like, right, and I just kind of rolled with it.
And then when they came over there, he must have introduced you.
This is Jeff Lee Morris. So now the gang of
they all thought that was your name.
Yeah.
And that's real confusing to me because the first thing that I know that you do when you introduce yourself is, "I am David Lee Miller."
Right.
And you say your full name. Everybody knows your full name.
Right.
Especially right as they meet you. And they come over by us while I'm just having this conversation.
So that's actually one of the reasons why I dipped out, is because I saw you coming into the conversation or something. And I was you're going to blow my cover. And like I knew you were going to like come in.
Oh, I wasn't even by you guys. I was with Schlax.
I just was like I knew at one point I was like, "Oh, he's going to blow the lid that my name is not like Jeff Lee Morris or whatever," because there's no way you're like dumb little fucking brain.
You had no idea that wasn't even on your mind.
Yes, it was.
It for sure wasn't because because you guys were gone before they even came by us.
Whenever the initial conversation you guys had with them, I actively remember being like, "Oh, he's gonna blow the cover. I gotta get out of here. If I come back."
That's not the case.
Okay.
No, because I do remember.
Fine. Explain your part.
You guys left.
Sure.
They were standing there awkwardly, like talking about giggling and like, "Oh, I think it was close" type thing.
Mm-hmm.
And they heard me talking, and that girl that like just very strongly comes on to people.
Yeah.
She goes, "You have an amazing voice."
To you?
She goes, "Yeah." She goes, "I could masturbate to your fucking voice." I was like,
"Oh."
I was like,
"Oh."
I was like,
which one? The brunette
the brunette one. I go,
comes on strong.
And I was like, that's crazy because you're the sixth person to tell me that. And then the guy walks on over. Like I said, you guys were gone.
That's good.
Completely.
I like that.
You guys were gone completely at this point. And he goes, I need you to just sing me something. And he like kept on,
that's what he said?
Yeah, he just was like, I need you to sing me
that
something.
Man doesn't know what he's getting himself into.
Yeah. And I go, that's crazy. How did you know I'm a singer? And he goes, are you serious? And I was like, yeah, I'm a falsetto. Mm-hmm. Which they had no idea.
That's high pitch, right?
Yeah, that's high pitch. They had no idea what a falsetto was. Mm-hmm. They were like, oh, really? I was like, they're like you sing? I was like, yeah, for the Milwaukee Lutheran Church. The Milwaukee Lutheran Church. And it just came off so naturally, like immediately. They're like, oh, that's so amazing. I was like, yeah, I sing every Sunday. I was like, it's just like.
And this girl is already on one. She's like, oh, I'm going to be masturbating to his voice later tonight. She's like,
this is amazing. My fucking pussy.
You don't need to vibrate like that. Okay.
Shit like that.
Yeah.
And she's like, can you just record your voice so that I can masturbate to it?
Have you ever had somebody tell you that?
That was the 6th time that night.
All right. It's weird. My cousin said the same thing.
Yeah. I actually have heard that one other time.
That somebody wants to masturbate to your voice?
Yeah. And I was like,
that's gross.
And I was like,
that's not true.
I'm 100% sure. I'm 100% serious. Mm-hmm. I've heard that one other time, which is very odd. I was like, oh, you just want to hear Alex Jones or something. I was like, you can listen to him on the Joe Rogan podcast or something. And I knew it was funny or whatever I said. I don't know how I said it, but I knew that it came off funny because a brother heard it and he laughs hysterically.
Oh, okay.
And I go, they're making the fucking frogs gay.
Oh,
and
that worked?
And he laughed.
You know, if they don't know Alex Jones, that one just
no,
flops.
then they were like, oh, that guy. And then they were like, okay, that's funny. They're going on. I'm like, yeah, I'm a singer. And I was like, so what are you guys talking about over there? And they're like, and then
Jeff Lee Morris?
He tells me the bet.
Yeah.
And I go, here's the thing. I'm David Lee Miller's best friend.
Oh, okay.
And this is why I know that you didn't know that I was going to say it, because I came over and I was like,
sure.
Why did you lie about that? I was like, I feel like that's the one thing that I'm certain you tell everybody about yourself. And I'm like, David Lee Morris? David Lee Miller?
Yeah.
He's my best. I'm his best friend. I'm a good friend of his. I could put in a good word. If you guys want him in that 3-way, here's the thing. He's in on that 3-way.
Yeah.
He doesn't even have a choice. And I was like, they were like, seriously? Like, can you actually
He doesn't even have a choice.
And
he'll do it unwillingly.
Yeah. And I was like, he doesn't even have to want to come, and you guys can make him come. And he goes, that guy's just so cool. So
that guy was on the impression he met a different person.
Yes, no, 100%. I was like, wait, were you talking about the chubby?
Oh, the chubby guy?
I was like, you talking about the chubby?
No, he's like, no.
He was like, no, the guy with the jacket. He was just wearing this Packers jacket. He was just so cool about it. I was like, well, yeah, I'm his best friend. I could. And then she was like, what? His name's David. No, fuck him. He's not even. And she got pissed off at you instantly.
Yeah.
That guy still had a crush on you, I'm pretty sure.
Dude.
Because later that night,
I don't remember his name, but I'm glad he thinks I'm cool.
I do know his name. It's Matt.
It's Matt?
I only know that because I was kicking it with Schlax the whole night. And he had the same name as Matt.
Speaking of Schlax, you know he went home with that girl, right?
Yeah. Hey, wait a minute. Well, he blew his load. He blew his cover.
He wasn't part of the 3-way, but he was part of the other girl who, hey, what are you going to do?
So we come back to him later. Or I go back outside with Schlax. They're there again. Mm-hmm. You know, this time rather than smoking cigarettes, I got those little heaters, the fucking Juuls. Shit to really fuck up your lungs, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Good shit.
Sure, you're trying to really fuck that voice up.
Yep, really trying to get the shit raspy. And we run into him again, start talking, and they're like, that guy is asking about you again. And as he's talking about you, you stroll on out. And you're like, oh, you guys got somebody else for that bet, huh?
Yeah.
Because everybody was screaming as soon as Trill was like, hey, get some big guy.
Hey.
And you come out and he goes, dude, you're just so fucking cool. Mm-hmm. And he was just talking about how cool you were. Yeah, he was complimenting you to your face.
Okay.
He was telling you this.
Damn.
And you're like, that's not true. That's not real.
Yeah.
But thank you.
I
was like, hey man, I bullied this kid for 4 years in high school. You need to reel it back a little bit.
I've been working real hard.
Yeah, I've been really working hard to keep this guy's self-esteem in the dumps.
So people thinking I'm cool, it happens every now and then.
Yeah. I don't know why.
More often than it should. And every time it does,
I know why it is.
I play into it a little bit more, and I'm just I bought a leather jacket recently. And I feel like it just adds to the whole.
You had to bring that up, huh?
Well, it's different now.
Yeah, I know.
Things are just different.
You're so different now. But there's only a little bit more to this. Like that night, then Schlax's friend.
Yes.
He's like,
sure. Yeah, I know.
He comes out. The girl starts talking to him.
Oh, the three-way girl. Okay.
And this is how I knew the other Matt, the one that wanted to fuck with you.
Yeah, Ginger Matt.
Yeah. This is how I knew that he was racist. He starts talking to her.
Yeah.
This guy's an African-American fellow.
Yeah.
And she takes a liking to him immediately.
Yeah, of course.
And this guy, because he's what he is, he's smooth.
Yeah.
So he's like, all right, come on. And he takes the girl with him. He doesn't know the bet. He doesn't know anything.
Oh, he's just like, he's on one.
He goes out, I guess he was like, she didn't even bring up the bet to him. They just went out there. He was like, what are they doing? Oh, no. And he's like all stressed out. I was like, dude, if David was doing that to your girl and cucking you, you'd be like, whoa.
Yeah, why is he okay with me fucking his girl but not him?
Well, you know why.
Is it because he
No, I don't think so.
Assumes the black dick is huge?
Well, yeah, probably.
I've just accepted my place in the role.
Yeah.
There's girls... There's going to be bigger penises out there for them. I get it.
Hey, Qui-Gon Jinn always said it.
Wait, let's hear it.
There's always a bigger fish.
There's always a bigger fish.
There's always a bigger fish.
So you just got to roll with it. You got to know, well, what are you going to do?
Yeah, I mean, what can you do?
What can you do?
And then he comes back, and then the bet finally gets brought up. And he's like, no, get her away from me. And, like, he's like, this girl's like the blonde chick was trying to bring it up to him. Like, so, hey, this bet's going on.
Dude, that was their, like, icebreaker all night, huh?
Yeah. And he goes, no, I've been trying to ditch her. Get her away from me. I don't want to do it with either of them. And then he gets out of there.
I wonder if we'll ever meet those people again. Do you think they successfully made it on the bet? And are they still in a relationship?
They weren't even in a relationship.
I know, they just met on Bumble.
Yeah, and he was like, I think in like 2 weeks we'll be dating. I was like,
wow.
This isn't off to a good start.
That's not how you start a relationship.
Yeah. I was like, are you into like an open relationship type thing? And he was like, I mean, not really. And I was like, yeah, well, I even told him, I was like, this relationship seems like it's going to fail. Yeah. And then the blonde hair chick, because the other girl was off with Matt's friend. Yeah. She goes, oh. And I was like, yeah, this is going to fail. Not the best way to start a relationship.
Do you think that guy crushes pussy?
I know he does.
You got me thinking about just the times that people think I'm cool. Oh. It's just so much. And the thing is, I end up like playing into it more.
Oh, yeah.
And like wanting to impress them even more. Dude, sometimes...
The people that you meet at work think that you're cool, huh?
No, I don't think so.
No? They know that you're a dork?
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
I think they're all aware. Okay. I caught myself doing this one time, and it makes me embarrassed that I did it. Okay. So, we at this point we obviously didn't go to college, but
I did.
Yeah, so did I. But what are you gonna do?
No.
Anywho,
I have my bachelor's.
So T-Rog's younger brother, when we would go party with them in Whitewater. Yeah. At this point, we are past our like college days, and essentially we're done with it.
Badasses.
But we still came.
Peaked.
It's kind of It's kind of like the kids coming back to the high school parties. Like, what are you guys doing?
The boys are back in town. The boys are back in town. That always plays whenever we roll up to Whitewater.
So I was talking. We were like getting drunk with like fucking Zach's friends. Do you think he still listens to the podcast?
Yeah.
Shout out to Zach.
Shout out to Zach. Zach, when are you coming on the podcast, bro?
So
comment below.
I was talking to his friends, right? And we were just being casual, and because I was like drunk to a point, I'm pretty sure these kids thought I was cool to a certain extent, and I was
well, you thought that. Yeah.
Right. I was like, like I think they said Zach like drinks it. Like, oh, Zach drinks the most. I said, you know where you learned that from, though, right? I know. It's about it. And he's like, I was like, right here. That kid looks up to us. So I just like kept going and like he wouldn't be anything with her, like just shit like that. And the next day, I just remember and just felt uncomfortable, and just because I wanted to impress those kids. That's how.
Oh, you did it to impress them.
Yeah.
See, I could see myself saying that in like Zach's a dork.
Oh no, I was like,
but you were doing it to him.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
Yeah,
that's gross. That's gross. I would hate that.
Felt bad. I don't even think the kid even really liked me that much. I don't remember what he looked like.
That's bad.
Even at what's another thing that got me. This is like an exciting thing is back at that party. Have you ever? Yeah, you're a lie. You constantly lie to people.
Yeah.
You ever get caught in the lie?
Yeah, all the time.
Yeah, so
dude, I told the person that it was a falsetto. I sound like this.
Right. So at that,
they also caught me in a lie because I later on in my conversation said, "Yeah, God's fake," or something like that. After I said that, I sang in the choir.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
So I was trying to lie. I don't know. I just started telling all these girls that I was a pre-med at that school. During that party, that school doesn't have isn't like a medical school. It's not. Yeah. And you go so deep with it, right? You end up saying,
I've done that before.
You say all these things, and then you're thinking in your head, oh shit, if I end up banging this girl, then she's just gonna think I'm a pre-med person at this school and I'm a 5th year senior or something. Good. I passed out in their bed. And the girl came up with Zach, and she was like, "Yeah, this guy's pre-med." She was just rattling off my shit. Yeah, he's pre-med. He's a 5th year. And Zach was like, "What are you talking about? That kid doesn't even go here. He doesn't even go to school." And I woke up in the middle, and she woke me up. She's like, "You don't even go here?" And I was like, "No, you fucking stupid." Are you stupid?
I don't know if it was the same weekend, but I was also telling people I was in biomedical engineering at that same school. I don't know if it was the same weekend, and I was just either I said it first or you said it first, and we just took the reins, or it was just 2 completely different weekends. But I've also done that same thing.
It was also one of those situations where she's there, she's a 19-year-old girl, first year at college, just trying to
fit in,
right,
find her
and
place.
She ran into me, somebody who didn't give a fuck and was ready to lie to all these kids, and I was impressing this girl with all the bullshit I was making up. Just heartbroken.
That time in our lives, I really we did some crazy shit. We would just get really fucked up, drink more alcohol than normal people should consume, which is normal for college.
Was I talking to you about beer bonging Four Locos and how absurd that thing is to do now?
We were talking about it on the podcast 2 weeks ago.
Were we?
Yeah, I brought it because I was I can't drink that much anymore.
Right.
I can't, if I drink a Four Loko, I'm fucked up.
I think I was talking to T-Rock, we just did it. I think everybody started doing it for different reasons, but eventually we were just doing it to start the day and then would coast the rest of the time. Yes. And sometimes do 2.
Well, there was a time where that's what it took for us to get fucked up.
Yeah, this is bad.
We couldn't get blackout drunk without doing that, and then also proceeding to do
that's
shots.
That's why college kids get cirrhosis of the liver. And
we were.
I don't necessarily regret it, but I'm not fond of it either.
See, I like it because of the you know how much crazy shit we would just do. We didn't go to that school.
No, yeah,
but we would go up there
we
once a month, twice a month,
sometimes.
And
an hour drive.
We just get fucked up at our friend's house.
Yeah.
Get really fucked up. Go to the bars.
Spread lies. Sneak into bars.
Sneak into bars without IDs.
Yeah, you would get into bars without IDs and
get in bar fights.
Get people fired at the bar.
Yeah, 100%. All this stuff.
We didn't go to that school.
There was a time where it was supposed to be just a little casual party, but it was spring splash or whatever.
Yeah.
So everybody was up there, and I I think that you joined me eventually too, and you're like, oh, James is doing this, let me hop in on it. I was just inviting people off the street, hey, come to this party. And like our friend, the bird, was specifically like, don't let other people in this party. It's
warning signal.
And obviously, the only people actually looking for parties at a college are dudes. Dudes.
Eventually. So like, I think we have to preface this at college schools, if you don't know. From Thursday night to Saturday night, they're just roaming the streets looking to get drunk. That's just constantly.
But those are only guys.
Usually only guys. Yeah.
Girls are already invited.
Yeah, girls are usually the ones who get invited to parties or run the parties.
They're telling like 3 people, "Oh, I can't come to your party." Type of thing.
And guys are like, "Where are we at tonight?"
So I was just inviting all these people. In.
Hey, where are you guys going tonight?
To the point
where you're coming here.
To the point where it was like actually nuts and butt. Everybody was fucking
in the living room.
To this living room and the middle room where people were playing like beer pong and shit. And I was like, oh shit, this has gotten out of my hand. And then Beth was like, this is fucking crazy. Get these people out of my house. And then after I proceeded to invite all those people into the house, I go, you guys gotta get the fuck out.
Who invited you guys in here? Get out of here.
It's like, who do you guys know here? Get the fuck out. One, I don't go to this school. It's not my house. Like, there's no reason that I should be inviting people.
Right. They were doing nothing wrong. In their heads, they were like, hey man, like I just got invited. I don't know. I didn't know it was that kind of.
And I remember kicking out.
And she's the bird friend is not a type of person to allow riffraff like that, especially if she's drinking. She is ready to tell she's ready to tell anybody off
no
of that.
Riffing or raffing. So that's 2 rules in that house.
And you were ready to let the beast unleash.
I let them all in, and then because like, I mean, at that point, nobody else wanted to kick him out, so I was like, fuck it, I'll do it.
We were shoving people out.
I was shoving people out the door, and like some person was like, well, where are we supposed to go? I was like, I don't know, but not fucking here. And I legitimately remember pushing that guy out. And there was like 2 nerdier guys that kind of like tried like sneaking behind. I was like, hey guys, you don't gotta sneak. You guys are good to stay. I remember 2 of the nerdiest guys were just like, they're trying to be slick. I was like, hey, don't worry. Help us kick these guys out. You can stay. And we get them all out of there. And then everybody ends up going to the bar anyways.
Do you remember when we would go to parties, right? That we weren't really invited to.
Oh, yeah.
And the way we would sneak in, and then like you would see the host of the party you start doing like,
it was one time really bad with me, you, and AK. Like AK, who's like this head like fucking, he's an athlete at the school.
Yeah, right. He's one of the athletes. He's a popular kid there.
Popular kid.
Yeah. We don't go there.
We don't go there.
Yeah.
We start going into the party, and they're like, no, you can't come in. We're we're trying to shut it down.
You shoved your way in.
I pushed the guy. I was like, no, it's fine. And this guy had his like, there was a doorway, and he had his arms like this, and I was like, yeah, no, it's fine. And I pushed the guy out of the way. We all walk in there. Obviously, AK's got a girl immediately coming up to him.
And
we're just like,
hiatus. Real quick tangent. That guy, he can just go into places and a girl will just come to him.
Yeah.
He'll just be sitting down. The girl will go onto his lap and I'm like, do you know who that is?
Yeah.
Maybe. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
What does it matter?
Who cares?
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyways.
That happens at the bars these days, too.
I know.
It's fucking insane.
I know.
It's insane.
He's just that guy.
Yeah, every single time. And we're at this party, and they're like trying to shut it down. Like they actually were trying to like just have like, like what we were doing.
Yeah.
Hey, it's just the friends that we're here.
Yeah.
We're just trying to have this. And we were like, oh, no, we're in on this.
Dude, so I think a second person was like, no, you guys need to get the fuck, not to us, but in general, like, hey, get these fucking people out of here.
Yeah, some guy like who was like the owner and must have been like the alpha. He must have been the alpha of the house because this beta bitch was trying to buy the door.
Yeah, we just can't.
And I know my place as an alpha. You know your place as following an alpha. That can alpha their way.
Just because we have to go on with the story, I'm not going to fight you, but I am angry.
I was really thinking of the talk of Chris D'Elia and Theo Von about how they were talking about like the classes that they need in school. Like you need a class where you determine who's the alpha and who's the beta, and they need to act. I'm not saying this as an insult, but you actually do know how to like be a top beta. Because you're not you're not an alpha.
Yes, I am.
No, because like
first off, I don't like the terms, but I am alpha.
Because when there's a fight, when we start like the strong people in our friend group, the alphas start fighting,
which includes me.
No, you don't fight. You just hear about us fighting. So you start getting, I'm with the alphas. Let me start shoulder checking. This is actually.
I get what you mean by being a top beta.
Yes, so you know what I mean.
I get what you mean.
You know what I mean. But
I run with these guys.
So like you rolled with us and you knew your place and you were like, okay, let them lead the charge, but I'm in there too. If they try to kick me out, I'll go, hey, James. Handle this.
Well, the way we ended up being allowed into the party is when the real alpha showed up.
He was like, get everybody the fuck out of here.
So we started to we slipped into hey, you guys need to get the fuck out.
Seriously, you guys need to get the fuck out.
We switched like that, like we belonged there.
I started pushing people. Like I pushed 8 people, like I was hurting them out. And this dude
we don't know these
this
people.
This guy's like, thanks, man. I appreciate it. And he was like, but what the fuck are you doing here? I was like, dude, I'm here to control this fucking party. I was like, I got it down packed for you. He was like, you guys are going to have to go too. And I was like, no, we'll kick it for a while. I was like, we're going back into the living room.
And we stayed for a good hour and a half.
Yeah.
That's how that worked. Yeah. That was it.
We had some crazy ones. Like I said, there was that bar fight. So one night, we were bar hopping. I was 19.
Sure.
Or 18.
Yeah.
I didn't have a fake ID. Yeah.
I did. You had a
fake ID.
Yeah.
And everybody else, I think, was 21 or something.
Most people had fake IDs. Tyler T-Rog was Kel Carlson at that point.
Yeah. I think that there was like 1 or 2 21-year-olds, and then everybody else had fake IDs. Me, I had no fake ID. we go to the first bar.
Hey, also, how bold is it to you to just be like, I got no ID, but I'm getting it?
Yeah. We go out. I show them just my real ID.
Yeah.
The first bar that we go to, it's this downstairs bar. They take it. Okay.
Works, no problem.
They just let me in.
Yeah.
Hanging out there, getting drunk. Run into like this one girl. I don't know. You might actually for sure remember her. She had shorter hair.
Okay.
That one girl. Remember we hung out with her like 3 times in Whitewater. She had the short hair. Her name was Sarah or whatever.
I don't remember anyways.
Really?
No.
We start talking to her. I like shoot up this conversation with her. I'm like, yeah, you know that you look like Ruby Rose or whatever. And she was like, that's like the nicest thing I've ever heard.
Was she a good looking girl?
She was a pretty good looking girl, yeah. And she was short hair.
Oh, I forgot about that person.
Yeah. She was the one who was like, oh, I know all these bouncers. I can get you in. I was like, oh, say no more. And then we were like, we started bar hopping, going to like all these places. We go to one place, and I remember trying to act all cool. Me and T-Rog went up, took a picture with the bartender, and posted on their Facebook thing, which got us free shots.
Yeah.
We got like 6 free shots doing that. And then I finally get a drink, and I go out on the dance floor. Everybody's on the dance floor. I'm trying to act cool in front of that girl.
Yeah, I do remember this.
And I just slip and fall and pour a whole Captain and Coke all over myself.
Yeah.
I'm fucked up at this point. I know that I'm fucked up. We go to the next bar. This one, the only bouncer that we know is in the back outside area. He opens up the door for us. We sneak in. I guess I'm not as sneaky as I think I am.
Yeah.
And I don't fully go into the bar. I'm just like, I need some fresh air.
Yeah.
So I'm like hanging out outside. And this guy comes up and he's like, hey, you're not able to let people in that door. What are you doing? Yells at that guy. He goes, hey, I need to see your ID since you didn't come through the front.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right. I pull out my ID. He goes, dude, like you don't even have a fake.
You didn't even try.
He's like, I can't have you drink in this bar. You're not even. He's like, you're not even trying. And I was like, yeah. What are you gonna do? I was like, I just came with my buddies. They're all 21.
Did you say like, hey, if I'm being honest, I got into like 2 other bars like that?
No, I did. I think I said something along those lines. And me, because I'm hammered, I have no idea how to get home.
Yeah.
So rather than going home, I'm like, my friends are at this bar. They're going to come out eventually. I go to the front of the bar, talking with the guy at the front. Make really good friends with the bouncer. Just shooting the shit, which doesn't always go well for drunk James. Sometimes you get kicked out of a bar.
You got kicked out of a bar for months.
Yeah, for months. A downtown Milwaukee bar where there's a lot of faces to remember.
Yeah.
I was by the face recognition.
That doesn't make sense to me. That guy was like, hey, you guys can all go in, but him specifically cannot come in here.
Yeah. This bouncer loved me.
Yeah.
He was on the football team. He knew AK. Kind of talked about that. Talked about a bunch of different shit. Guy loved the shit out of me. This guy, I don't know what's going on inside the bar. I have no idea. This guy comes out, fucking bumps into me. He's like, "You fucking pussy," and starts talking shit to the bouncer. I'm like, "Hey, back the fuck up."
My new friend.
I was like, "Don't talk shit to him." I was like, "Who the fuck do you think you are?" And I'm like talking shit to this guy. And this guy's like, "No, fuck you. Who the fuck do you think you are?" And he starts shoving the bouncer. And I come up and I grab him and I'm like, I push him down. More people come out that are like friends with this guy, run into the bouncer. I take a guy and I just clear him. I fucking hit him as hard as I can. I turn around and the bouncer's in the middle of the street. Somebody's like on top of him, just hitting him. I run over there and I grab him and I run him across the street, throw him into the lawn, and I get on top of him and I was like, boom, boom, hit him twice. And the bouncer's like, he was like, "Thanks, man." So we went back up. He was like, "Good looking, man." We walked back over there. We tried breaking it all. We literally break it all up, me and this guy. Come to find out, fucking 3 of my buddies, our buddies, comes trolling out. It all started because there was a fight inside of the bar.
Caused by our friends.
Caused by our friends. And my friends were, I was like, "Hey, what's going on, guys? I was just in a fight out here." They're like, "We just were fighting inside there." And I was like, "What? That's crazy. I haven't been in there for hours."
I've never been in a brawl, but I've always been part of the fighters.
I was like,
I'm top beta.
I haven't been allowed in that bar at all. I was like, but I was in this bar fight. I was like, but it was all out here. And then this guy
was that the same fight that our friend got cold clocked and took out a chunk of his lip.
Yes, that same fight.
He rolled up later that night, and I was like, "Oh, that's the worst thing I've ever seen in my life." That's you're not. I can see your mouth where your lips should be. Yeah, that's what that looked like.
I just defended the shit out of this guy. I had no idea who he was.
Did he end up letting you in after that?
Yeah.
He did, right? He was like, "You know what? You earned it. Get in there, right?"
He let me in for like 10 minutes, I think.
What a good guy.
It was like bar closed or whatever. I think that we also had to like talk to the cops for a little bit too. Me and the bouncer. It was just like a crazy wild night.
Did you have to give it? You had to give your ID, right?
No.
You didn't?
No.
That's stupid.
I walked over there and they were like, "Were you?" I was like, "Those guys attacked him." Which I'm starting to think I butt in on those conversations far too much. I don't know if you were downtown for this, but I was downtown one time and watched this guy, like he was just shoulder checking a bunch of people. He was with this girl and he's like an mid-30s guy, stockier, like my build-ish, runs into like these 2 guys and knock a hot dog out of their hand.
Yeah.
They're 2 like 6 foot something guys. This guy is like 5'8" and he's, like I said, he's as wide as me. These 2 tall dudes were like, "Hey man, you just bumped into me. Like, you want to apologize? Like, you made me drop my hot dog. Can you buy me a new?" He was like, "Fuck you, you pieces of shit, you fucking pussies." And he like shoved one of the guys and like fucking, they're like, "Yo, like chill out, man." He was like, "No, fuck you." And then after like pushing him, started swinging at him. Missed the guy twice because he was fucked up. And the 2 guys just fucking throwing fist of fury, beat the shit out of this guy. He falls down.
The guy who's with his girl?
Yeah. And the girl's like, "Get off of him, you fuckers!" And is like hitting him. And I'm like, "Oh, this is why this guy's a dick. This bitch is crazy."
Yeah, but that's what girls usually go to, right?
Yeah, no, but it gets crazier.
Yeah.
These cops come over. The 2 guys sprint away.
Yeah.
And these 2 people are giving their statements. We're waiting on the corner just for our Uber.
I do remember this, but keep going.
And the girl and the guy are giving their statements like, "They just came out of nowhere and jumped my boyfriend." And I was like, "That's not true. He hit those guys 3 times first, and then they beat the shit out of him."
Yeah.
And she goes, "You fucking liar!" And she punched me as hard as she could. And I was like, "Oh, that's why you have that gremlin fucking you."
Yeah.
And I was like, you should never get laid ever again.
I think you've told this story on this podcast.
Have I?
I think so.
Maybe.
I think it was like in the beginning of the beginning days.
I think that we're at the point where if we repeat stories,
it's fine. No, it's fine. It doesn't matter.
And I was like, "Yeah, fuck you, bitch. I'm out of here." And
that's all.
And then the cop was like, "Oh, you want to like do anything? I was like, nah, it's fine, whatever. I was like, I gotta catch this Uber. And I was like, but just no.
Right,
they were wrong.
You could have got like a harassment thing, or whatever,
something stupid. But yeah, I just wind up in those situations.
So this is the last one that I got. It's a little story. I don't think you know this one.
Okay.
I think a little bit. So
Fits about you, right?
It is.
Oh.
It's like, so calm down. Don't go crazy. So the girl and I were hanging out.
Here's the top search result.
What the
fuck?
My phone just wanted to say.
Dude, that scared the shit out of me, man.
Oh, my phone just said, so it's like, so calm down and I'll go crazy.
Dude, that scared the fuck out of me. I was like, what the fuck?
She messaged me like, hey, there's a rodent in my house. Did I tell you this?
Yeah, kind of.
Right.
I was on the phone with you and I said something where it was just like a joke that didn't land completely to you guys.
So she was like, can you come over and like check it out? I was like, yeah, that's fine. Right. Mm-hmm. First off, I'm not really the man for the job. Get a real man.
You're the top beta. But if you want to catch that, here's the thing. You would be the perfect sidekick to an alpha.
Right.
Like if you had an alpha come in, you would be there.
I can get my dad to come.
You'd be like, get that fucking shit.
Get him.
Wait, you need this bag to grab him? Here you go.
Yeah.
And you'd be able to hand that bag really swiftly, faster than anybody else.
So,
and you'd also be able to lure it out.
I roll in and we search her apartment for this, and I thought it was weird that she said rodent, and not mouse.
Okay.
And I was like, why not just say mouse? And she's like, it's not a mouse, it's like a creature. And I'm like, and I'm thinking like, okay, this girl's just like over exaggerating. Yeah. She's just like terrified. Okay. I'm getting like, we're searching. There's like rat poop all over the apartment, like mouse shit. It's like everywhere.
Is it big rat poop?
It's like, it's not like dog shit, but it's significant. We just keep finding it.
It's actually just your poop. You've just been shitting in.
It's just been me.
You've been marked in your territory.
And I'm really getting in there. Like I'm looking all around. I'm getting on the floor. I'm
showing your top beta male.
Yeah, right. And this girl is like, okay, like so I can't find anything, and we just assume it's gone. Mm-hmm. So we're just like chilling, and then we just hear like the pitter patter, and then we look. It's in the nut bolt. This is what we find. I'll show you initially a picture that looks like it, and then the picture we take of it. This is what is in her house. This is the picture. I'll put the picture up. It's a flying squirrel.
Holy shit.
That's in her fucking apartment.
Time out. See, okay. I was like, oh man, I just said something awful that like, because I was calling you on the phone when you were with that girl, and you're like, dude, she's got a flying squirrel. I thought it was like an animal that she had.
No.
And I was like, hey, low-key, David, cook that thing up. They're delicious.
Right.
And I was like, wait, that's her fucking pet. That's probably got to be really shitty to hear if you don't know me.
So that thing is in the apartment.
Okay.
And it's like running around. It's made that place its home. Okay. We don't live there anymore. It's It lives there. And where it's guest.
And it's also 6 feet tall.
It's like it's got fangs. And its eyes are black like the devil. Yeah. Do you know why?
It's a chupacabra.
They're nocturnal, and get this, they're a protected animal in the Wisconsin state, so you need a state permit to remove them.
Really?
I'm on one, right? I'm on a mission to kill this thing.
You pull out your Glock.
Boom, boom. You hear like a woman screaming in the other apartment.
You pull out a shot.
Dude, we can't get this thing. I was like, get a broom, open the door up. We're going to get this out. I take one look. It's gone. It disappeared. It like has the entire house mapped out. And it has
and it was eating nuts?
Out of the bowl.
Like it was his.
Like it ran shit there.
He goes, in the middle of it, he peeks his head out of the bowl. I'm the captain now.
Right. Yeah. I see this fucking thing.
Come to find out, it is actually just that.
This
actor.
thing is like leaping from chair to chair. It's like jumping. It's it's going crazy.
And this woman sleeps at night?
Yeah. Yeah. Here's the picture of it if you want for fucking like what it really looks like.
So this thing just kicks it all the time?
Yeah.
And she's fine with it?
No.
What?
It's yeah. Do you see it?
Yeah, why?
Why is it? I don't know how it got in there. She lives on the 3rd floor in the apartment.
And how long has it been there?
Huh? At least 2 weeks. No, it was just like a couple of days. We don't know if it's gone yet. So we had to call like animal control, or fucking her apartment complex had to get animal control.
Really?
To get it. Yeah, I couldn't get it. Couldn't figure it out.
And why didn't that girl just like burn the house?
I don't know.
Like,
get this. It's the second one she's found.
Really?
She said we weren't even talking about the flying squirrel initially, like, or the flying squirrel didn't happen. Like, we were hanging out a couple of days. She's like, yeah, when I first moved into the apartment, me and my roommate, we just couldn't figure out this smell. And then we like looked behind the fridge, and like this, she the way she described it, she's like, I had never seen what this animal was before, but it was dead behind the fridge. And then when like they had the landlord of the apartment remove it, the guy's like, I've never seen that in my life. And dude, now this is a second one.
It's a chupacabra.
It might be a chupacabra. They might have like a demon.
That's fucking crazy. Like,
I've never had to deal with that in my life.
I just imagine you going, all right, well, there's only one way. And you take out your matchbooks.
Burn them.
You travel. She's like, no.
What? You
just burn the whole fucking house down.
So I ended up sleeping over there, and we thought we trapped the thing into like calm down. And we thought we trapped it, like finally found it in an area and like trapped it in a closet, and we taped up the door to make sure it wouldn't get out. And when we're trying to sleep, we just hear it running around, and then also trying to get into our room. It's like just like it's like scratching at the door.
So wait, how often does she sleep with this thing?
I'm sorry, what do you mean? What are you asking me?
Because is that thing trying to sleep? Why is it scratching at the door?
I don't know. We looked at more information. They're curious animals. They want to get into stuff.
Clearly that thing,
yeah,
being the alpha male that it is, the beta male that you are,
okay,
he noticed it right away.
Yeah.
He was trying to come in and go, hey,
I'm going to take your girl.
I'm the big spoon.
This is my house.
I'm the big spoon.
I'm going to live here.
I cuddle this woman.
This is my girlfriend now.
This is my girl.
My
girl.
And you're going to get out.
You got to leave.
And
hey, you need an eviction notice? And this squirrel just pulls it out. Fucking gives it to you.
Oh, fuck. This is real official. Well, I got it. I guess.
And you go.
I guess you're his girl now.
In the top beta, you are. You're like, no, come on, man. This is my girl. Please back up. And he's like, no, for real. This is my girl. This fucking squirrel
pulled out his gun.
Strapped. And then I pulled out my gun.
Pulled out my Beretta.
Yeah. And then come to find out there's a midget in there. He's just been a midget with a backpack full of flying squirrels that he lets out every week and a half.
You are making a lot of deep references to Trapped in a Closet by R. Kelly. Truthfully, a masterpiece.
Yeah, one of the best of all time.
You've listened to the whole thing. Have I made you listen to the whole thing from start to finish?
No, I listened to it before I met you. But
you just got it like that.
No, I listened to it at our Asian friend's house.
Which one? Nick Coplin?
The only one that we have, yeah.
I'm sorry. Should I have said his full name?
Yeah, I mean, who cares? I mean,
he's listened to a couple ones.
The only name that you're going to blur out is Elizabeth.
No, it's fine. No, I left it in the last one.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
I watched it over there when I was in like 8th grade, and it was it's
we
really
still
good.
call the bird though the bird.
Yeah, the bird. This is the bird.
What are you gonna do?
What can you do? Hey, I'm back to streaming now.
Yeah. Do you have any other specific stories you want to get to? You said you had a lot to cover, but I don't think we really did.
No, here's the thing. I had a lot. Then I ate that Chinese food.
What?
Chinese food.
You can't think of anything.
No,
you talked like you talked the big game.
The issue is, right?
I've told the 2 ones that I had.
I think that the carbs go to your brain because, like, whenever I eat, man, I just need to stop eating.
My favorite stories were the college ones, though, because we haven't told those ones in a minute.
Yeah, I really hate eating. How I feel after eating, and I don't think it's with any food I feel good. Dude, give me a fucking chicken breast, some vegetables.
I think I'm sick of you talking about food. The Sonic one I hated. Turkey food. Right. Let's move on.
Okay, Irishman fucking sucks.
Did you watch that movie?
Yeah, that movie fucking blows.
Oh, did you watch it too?
No.
Oh, damn it. I thought for real we could actually talk about a movie.
I've been rewatching the Star Wars movies.
So have I.
I am so excited about Star Wars lately because of The Mandalorian. Such a good fucking show. Dude, Baby Yoda, give me like 3 of them.
I said this to you today, but I'm glad that the real promotion for what Baby Yoda is, the Disney people are calling it the child, and like,
but
come on. It's Baby Yoda.
It's Baby Yoda.
That's what it is. It's what it's going to be forever.
Mandalorian has me in a state now where all my suggested videos, I guarantee you, me and you always have the same suggested YouTube videos.
I don't. Not now. It's all Star Wars.
They're definitely way different now.
Yeah.
Mine are like deep cuts to Star Wars. Like I'm like, what happened after Order 66? What would have happened if Anakin wouldn't have gotten injured on Mustafar?
Yeah, I know.
Shit like that.
I should have realized how boring your suggestion was lately because you were trying to have a conversation with me about the Old Republic, and I was just not having it. Yeah, that's just so bored.
Dude, I just love Star Wars right now, but it's so annoying because
if anybody made it to this point, they're like, "Oh, let's check out now. We're good. We can end this podcast."
I know on December 20th, I'm just gonna be kicked in the fucking dick.
Oh, right.
Shit movie.
Hey, what if?
Nah.
I'll say it. Dude, what if it's good?
They have everything to be good, dude. They got fucking hot ass chick, black fucking stormtrooper, fucking black and Asian, ready to make a fucking Blasian baby.
What else do they need?
What else could they get, dude?
Yeah.
They had Luke.
Adam Driver.
They literally killed Carrie Fisher to make these movies. They sacrificed her to make these movies, and they're just shit. They're terrible. They killed off Han Solo finally, which they should have done in Empire Strikes Back. I agree with that sentiment. Yeah. It's just like they were set up for greatness.
I haven't watched Return of the Jedi in a minute.
I'm watching it tonight.
Oh, you are?
As soon as you leave here, that's what I'm doing.
What's the best
after I masturbate?
I don't know.
Watching Return of the Jedi. Was that too hard to put together? But they just had all the keys. Like, Rey is so fucking sexy, man. Have you seen her naked?
You could also just be like,
she's good.
I like this Daisy Ridley.
Dude, Rey fucking sexy. Have you seen
nothing else?
Have you seen her naked?
She's got good teeth.
Nice tits too. Her areolas are perfect, man. They're like symmetrical.
You know what's upsetting is I think Daisy Ridley doesn't deserve all the hate that I think she gets, that Rey gets.
I don't think that she's a bad actress.
I don't think.
I think she's
either.
Actually a pretty good actress.
And I feel like when I watch her in interviews now, it just seems like she's just tired of it all, and I feel bad for her.
You know what I feel really bad for is I don't think any of them except for Poe, that bitch fucking sucks or whatever her fucking name is.
Who?
The
Asian girl?
Yeah.
Rose.
Poe
Dameron is
the other
is the star pilot.
Yeah.
Oscar something.
Another great actor.
He's great. Have you seen Ex Machina?
Adam Driver.
Adam Driver is fantastic.
Good actor.
Yeah.
Daisy Ridley, I actually think is in these movies has been very good.
I like John Boyega a lot too. Hi, I'm John Boyega. Like that's
those are actually, except for the fat Asian chick, I fucking hate her. I don't know what it is, but holy shit,
hey, you can't say that.
Really?
Yeah, you can say it. Fuck it. Who cares?
I don't know what it is, but she's the only unlikable character.
Yeah, but it's also not her fault, you know.
I mean,
it's just it's just a bad written
but
character.
But even then, I feel like the writing doesn't affect all the other characters quite as much.
Yeah, it's like they made a character. They're like, hey, we're gonna like pander completely to everybody and make this as shitty as possible.
No, you know what the issue is that she's such a side character that it like the shitty writing really affects her.
Sure.
Whereas I think that everybody else is like pretty like significant roles. So like the shitty writing, they're in it enough where you're like, oh, they're acting this as well as they can.
You know what's unfortunate?
They're not like Hayden Christensen where they're just like getting not only bad lines, but also getting pushed in the wrong direction.
If you're an actor, can you turn down Star Wars no matter what? Let's say it's impossible, right? Literally. Unless you're like Leonardo DiCaprio or some shit like. I
mean, even then.
But you have to say yes, right?
Leo would probably be like, even if he's like, they're like, you're too big of a face.
Leo's a bad example because that guy just doesn't do franchises like that.
Yeah.
But
because they'd be like, you're too big of a face. But even then, I feel like somebody that big even would be like, all right, I know that can't be the face of this franchise.
Yeah.
can I throw on a stormtrooper mask?
Right, yeah.
Wasn't there somebody pretty big?
Daniel Craig, the James Bond.
Yeah.
He's the one who's he's the stormtrooper in Force Awakens that Rey Jedi mind tricks. He's that stormtrooper.
I also don't like the.
Oh, you got no stains. That's good. Yeah. Good for you. Way to make it.
Hey, it's because life fucking rips, bro.
What shirt is that?
It still is.
Is it?
Yeah. Life rips.
All right, it's not bad.
No, I bought a dent shirt too. I was so pissed because last podcast I was actually going to have the dent shirt. Which I wanted to wear it. Come to find, I'm like, where? It said that it was here. I saw the UPS driver. I saw him. He made a ruckus. They always do.
That's your new filler word, huh? Come to find out.
Come to find out.
Yeah, that's the new one.
Come to find out.
Yeah.
I'm getting fucked in the ass by 2 stormtroopers.
Come to find out this and that.
Yeah.
That's those for so. Am I getting
prank called?
No, nothing.
But I'm just looking around. Come to find out, he stuck the shirts and shit.
Yeah.
Inside my mailbox.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, I was like,
so you did have it?
I did have it.
Oh, look at that.
And I was so pissed. Speaking
of getting prank called, when you streamed, you streamed for twice. About twice, and the first time for like 2 hours. Mm-hmm. Let me show you my blog call list.
As you guys, I mean, if you haven't watched every single episode, there's a person
3, 4, 5,
prank
6,
calls David
7, 8,
almost daily.
9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
Even more so, they call him when they know that I'm with David. Or they know that I'm like playing video games with him, etc. Because when he's on my stream, he gets a bunch of calls. When he's in Discord with me, he gets a bunch of calls. It's just it gets cranked up a notch. All because one day he didn't answer my phone call, so I posted his phone number in Discord and said, "Hey, here's David Miller's number." And
the rest is history. Now Now I
can't. If you guys want that phone number, it will be in the description below. All right. And make sure that you smash that like button.
Oh, come on. Don't do it that way.
All right.
See ya. We're done.